Family, what's going on? How y'all doing? Peace and love, everybody. Peace and love. I got it's gonna be a long night. I need to get some Carmex or something. How y'all doing? What's going on? Yo, family, what's up? What's up, fam? What's going on? What's going on? Yo, fam, peace and love, y'all. How y'all doing? Family, what's up? What's up? How y'all doing? Shalom. Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. What's going on? I got something right here. See, I don't gotta go nowhere. How y'all doing? How y'all doing, fam? David, what's up? What's up? What's up, bro? How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Long time no see. Look, a shout out to the brother on Instagram. He just texted me. He said, bro, I need you to go live, bro. I've been missing your lives. And I say, you're right. Anytime somebody requests me to go live and I'm free, I definitely can do it. And I was going to hit y'all with a regular video, but I want to interact with a lot of you guys today because I want to talk about some stuff. We pretty much talked about it before, but not with this title, right? Because I think it's very important. Because let me hold on. Wait till 2 minutes pass. When 2 minutes pass, we're gonna touch bases. I want to see who else gonna come in so they won't miss nothing. How you doing? How you doing, fam? What's going on? How y'all doing? What's going on? What's going on? Peace and love, y'all. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. And I'm gonna touch bases on the testimony from one of my students, and I'm gonna show you guys something. Right. All right. 2 minutes. I'm waiting for 2 minutes to pass. All right. Perfect. So, today I want to talk about something. It's real, right? So, a lot of people always ask me, about being a sovereign, right? Now, this is from many different perspectives because sovereignty goes with a lot of groups. You got non-citizen nationals, you got Native Americans, you got Moorish Americans, you got Aboriginals. Now, Aboriginals always don't mean Native American because you got a lot of people that subscribe to the doctrine of this being Turtle Island. I don't know why they say it, but I understand the concept, right? You got people that subscribe to strictly sovereign citizens. You got people that subscribes to being just pure free men here in America. You got people that subscribes to the being a Mason and etc. Right? And I wanted to talk about something because I think it's very important. Because people always ask me about money. They say like you don't work or anything like that, and I'm saying like with my political position, the things I believe in, the things I talk about, automatically goes against any workforce or any job that I'm trying to pursue. So let's just say hypothetically, I try to get a job at a school with my thoughts, with my thought process, or the things that I teach. To them, it won't be, I want to say, in the school's best interest to hire me because of my political position. So imagine me being on the internet 1 minute talking about this, talking about that, talking about loopholes, and then I go to a public education system and I get paid from them, but at the same time, politically and socially, they don't agree, right? So automatically, pretty much I can lose my job. So I go to work one day and then they say, Taquan, you don't have a job. And I say, hold on, why don't I have a job? Because we watch your videos and your videos was talking about some anti-government stuff. Now remind you, it's not that it's anti-government. The interpretation comes off as anti-government. You get what I'm saying? It's almost like when you speak a language to someone that they really don't understand, they automatically assume the worst. So you speaking this automatically puts you in the mindset of anti-government. He hate the law. He hate everything. He hate driver's licenses. He hate the government, and that's not the case. Now, you don't have to give clarity in that sense, but you do have to pick a side. And the side that I chose to be sovereign, I had to do it full force. I couldn't half-ass be a sovereign. And when I mean half-ass doing it, meaning you cannot be sovereign on one end, but you're not representing yourself if you ever fall in legal trouble. Or you can't be sovereign on one end and you're working for a public corporation. You can't be sovereign on, and remind you, And when I say public corporation, you got to understand socially, politically, all public corporations function based upon society. So let's just say, for instance, a basketball player. He mentioned something about the Jewish community. Now the Jewish community is in an uproar because something that you said or they was in disagreement with pretty much can jeopardize your job. I don't have nothing against Jewish people, but I'm just saying that can happen. Or let's just say if you mention something about LGBT, I don't have nothing against LGBT, but if you say something about LGBT socially, the job would disagree with you and fire you. Let's say you say something about Trump. If you have your manager or staff, if they Trump supporters, guess what? You lose a job. Or if I switch over and say anything about Biden or the blue side, you pretty much will get viewed and they'll quit your job. Let's say if I disagree with both, you end up losing your job. So it's pretty much a lose-lose situation. And so I came up with a plan because I told myself that um, you can't work a job. And I haven't worked a job since 2018. 2018. Now, remind you, this is before YouTube. This is before me going on the internet. This is me before sovereignty. This is me before credit. This is me before loopholes. I already had this in my mind that I'm going to be different from society. I'm not going to have a job. I'm going to be an entrepreneur full time because now you have to transition into that thought process. You have to become your own boss. And one of my students, right? I put him in a position to borrow 200,000, nearly 200,000, right? And this is a combination of vehicles, personal loans, credit cards, mostly credit cards, personal loans, and etc. And the reason why I had to give that clarity because I don't want people to say 200,000, they man go away. But you know me, I get money in all fields with teaching people, right? So if you get 200,000, I know how to get 200,000 in so many ways. 200,000 ways. Let's say it like that, right? Now he called me one day and said, Taquan, so you pretty much your method is you put us in a position to make so much money off our credit and we able to invest with you or we able to build with you or pay you a portion and you pretty much get us rich. And I said, of course. I said, my goal is to teach you how to borrow money. That way I'm always successful, you always successful, and anyone who I teach is successful. So not only do we got the mentorship, but this is a partner. He benefit from me as much as I benefit from him. And I always told them that, understanding the system and how banks lend is going to be your blueprint to wealth forever. So I told them it don't matter about your education. It don't matter about do you have degrees or not. It's all about your financial literacy. And so I can make money in two ways. I mean, a few ways. You can make money by borrowing money, or you can make money by mentorships and everything, right? That's cool. Being a teacher is one aspect of it, but it's another thing when you become a teacher, but you acting on the action. So when it comes to borrowing money, I do it too. So not only is my students borrow money, I borrow $700,000 in debt right now, right? 700,000 in debt, and I'm not lying. And this is what I do. This is everything. Let me show you right now. Hold on. Just so you wouldn't think I'm lying. You know how people come on the YouTube and they start saying stuff, and you like, no, you're lying, Taquan. Let me show you right now. I borrowed $700,000 in debt. This is a variety of things. This home, this cars, this everything. This a little bit of everything. So it's not just cash. Right now, I'm going through a credit sweep right now. I'm gonna show you guys about the credit sweep that I'm doing. Hold on, Wallet Hub. Because Wallet Hub got all of my credit. Let me see real quick. I'm gonna show y'all real quick. Right here. Do. Let me show y'all. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second. 1 second, fam. Um. Shoots. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Debt payoff. Debt payoff. No. How do I find it? How do I find it? Income budget debt. I gotta find it. Hold on, because I'm trying to. I just seen it. Fam. Hold on. So you see. So That's weird why they show that. I'm gonna show y'all something, fam. Hold on. Just so y'all wouldn't think I'm playing. I got 600 and some $1,000s in debt that I'm discharging actively right now. I'm taking it off my credit right now. I'm taking the mortgage off my credit. I'm doing everything. I'm doing everything. Hold on. I think it's right here. Right here. See? Hold on. So my debt went down. You see? So here go my debt. Oh. So you see my debt? It went down. But my debt was at $995,000. And that's the net worth they're showing. See my debt, 995,000. That's my net worth. So I'm doing the same thing that I tell my students to do. I'm doing the same thing. We in the same ballpark. So when they come to borrowing money, when they come to borrowing assets, I'm doing the same thing. And I touch both fields. And also, I also put myself in the position of the people who are in debt where it's a bad thing, where they have collections. They have things that defaulting on their credit, and they need to remove it. I do the same thing as well. So as well as showing the blueprint into borrowing money, what happens when you go into a lock? That means when your credit collapse, um, when everything goes up, when everything goes into flames, or you need to give yourself a bailout or a loophole, I do the credit repair for myself as well. I just took some items off my credit report, and now I just did a complete sweep. So that complete sweep gonna take 4 days. So now I'm gonna give you guys the before and after, because before, when I did the sweep, I didn't include the FTC report. Now I included the FTC report in the police report, and now I'm gonna do a full sweep, and it's gonna be like I start over. Now I'm not starting over with my credit. I'm starting over with the fresh borrowing start, because I don't want any major open accounts that would hinder me from borrowing anything else, because now I got a mortgage on my credit that I don't pay, and I got a mortgage that's paid off. I disputed the mortgage that's open because the mortgage that's open is hindering me sometimes. Because even though a payment can be made 100%, it's the balance to the debt that's hurting me. So I'm like, I already have a mortgage paid off of my credit. So if I got a mortgage paid off of my credit, why would I have to go back and do the same thing and pay off another mortgage? That first mortgage that I got paid off is a game changer. Let me show you. So right now I'm in the process of taking this mortgage off my credit, right? Now that's gonna take about 4 days. So I already sent the identity theft report, because remember, I'm gonna explain to you what I mean by identity theft, right? So identity theft goes in many ways, because I know a lot of people on YouTube say, "Oh, he's scamming, he's scamming, he's scamming." No, that's not what it means, right? So identity theft can be in many ways. It can, so when it comes to identity theft, or you filing a report with the CFPB, you can file a report based upon strictly error. And this error can be on their side, because now we have a lot of data breaches that's going on that people can take advantage of. So any collections accounts, any derogatories that's on your credit, you can take extreme advantage of it. And most people don't understand that the times when you can take advantage of your credit, that means it can be a fast sweep, where now when it becomes deleted, you can borrow more money. So one of my students, I just got, so after this data breach, I just submitted him through for a credit suite, got him cleaned up, right? I'm gonna show you right now. I got him cleaned up. And so I'm gonna show you right now. So look, there's no reason for me to have more than one mortgage. This alone, right? I'm gonna show you. See, the Planet Home Lending, right? Planet Home Lending. So my mortgage payment was paid off, 100% paid off. Balance was $431,932. Y'all see it? So I got a paid off mortgage on my credit already. I got a paid off house on my credit. I mean, not paid. I got paid off house, and I got a paid off vehicle on my credit. Let me show you guys. You see this from Santander? This is a real bank, financial institution. $58,038. So I got a $58,000 auto loan paid off on my credit. So I got a $431,000 mortgage paid off, and I got a $58,000 a car paid off. I don't have to build no more. I don't have to put AUs on my credit no more. I don't have to put none of that. All I got to do is take off the negatives, anything that's hindering me, and opening up new debt, taking on more debt that they see can hinder you. So once everything taken off and you got those closed accounts showing those accounts being paid off, game over with. So now you put yourself in a position where you can borrow as much as you want. And I was telling my student that same thing. I'm like, you know, while you in the 800s, you need to take advantage of everything. You need to max out completely. But I told him this, because you have an 800 credit score, but you don't have certain things on your credit that can put you in a position to borrow higher. People got to understand this. You might can borrow a lot, but you might can't borrow high because you don't have large primary trade lines on your credit. And mean large primary trade lines, I got a $431,000 house paid off on my credit. I got a $431,000 house paid off on my credit. With that primary trade line, and it's over a year old. With that primary trade line, once everything deleted, I can go in any dealership and sign off on $100,000 car, and they won't blink one time. They might blink once, but you get what I'm saying. So you go right in. I can go to Mercedes Benz dealership. Oh man, I like that G wagon. How much is it? We selling the G wagon 174,000. Okay, run my credit. Oh, you got a paid off house. You got a $58,000 auto loan. Give it to him. Give it to him. It's not going to be an issue because now you solidified yourself with the amount that you borrowed. Because you can have an 800 credit score, but you only borrowed $2,000 credit cards, $5,000 credit cards, $7,000 credit cards. You might got some rental history, $2,000 a month. You might have even a car loan. You might have a $14,000 to $20,000 car loan. Good. But you ain't signing for no $150,000 car with no down payment. You ain't signing for a $200,000 car with a down payment under 10,000. You not signing for a Lamborghini and you paying us 10% of the Lamborghini's value. Absolutely not. Because they look at it, you didn't borrow enough. And that's how a lot of people get capped out because they didn't borrow enough. So when they go into the bank, they want to borrow that money. They want to borrow that 100,000, 200,000, but you have no 100, 200,000 paid off on your credit. You get what I'm saying? So by you not having 100, 200,000 paid off on your credit, you in a bad position. You in a bad position because now you got to start slowly and get yourself up. Now, this is the loophole that I can get anything through with. Okay, let's say the bank won't give you 200,000, but they'll give you 10. Okay, I can take that and I can run it amongst 10 banks, 10 credit unions, 10 financial institutions, 10 subprime lenders, 10 super subprime lenders. I got you 400,000. That's how you milk the cow. Yeah, you might can't go to Chase and go get 100,000 straight. You ain't got enough. But if you can get 10 here, and we can get 10 there, and we can get 10, 20 there, and we can get 15 there, and we can get 5 there, and we can get 7 there, and we can get 8 there, and we can get 10 there, we can get 12 there. We can go get 5 auto loans for 30, 40,000 there. We can go get 3 auto loans, 10, $20,000 there. We can go get 7, 8 credit cards, 2, 3,000 a credit card. We can go grab this. We be the same person. You just have to expand more. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I deal with loopholes. So my student was like that. So he have an 800 credit score, but he didn't borrow enough. He borrowed some decent stuff. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. But he didn't borrow enough installment loans. He got a credit card with a high limit. That's good. But he don't got no installment. Installment is mortgage or auto or personal loan. But the personal loan that he got is like 50. That's good, but it's not paid off. So it's kind of like, you there, but you still got some work. You still got some work. You just can't take off that fast, but you got some work. So he contacted me, and I said, okay, let me. So this is before he met me. He was telling me about it, and I said, get my mentorship. I'm gonna take care of you. I checked his credit already, so he already got a consultation. I said, this before all the money came through. I said, let me check your credit. I said, okay, okay. He had high utilization, 60, 70, 80, 90, $100,000 of credit card debt. I said, I'm gonna show you a utilization hack and I'm gonna get your credit back at an 800. He said, if you do that, Taquan, I'll get your mentorship. I said, promise me you'll get my mentorship. He said, yeah. I got him at 800 within a week or two. He came back to me and couldn't believe it. He paid the mentorship. And I said, you came to the right person. 200,000. Soon I got it for him. He was like, I got him 50,000. So 46,500. Turned around 90,000. Then turned around 70,000. Then turned around 20,000. Then 15,000. Now we in credit cards now. Now we in 10. Now we in another 15. Another we in 10, 15, 10, 15. Boom, boom, boom. Wow. Changed his whole life. Changed his whole life just like that. Changed his whole life because I told him I know what I'm doing. This is what I do. I said, look, all you got to do is just come to me and listen to everything I tell you, and I'm going to take care of you. And I took care of him. Now he said, he on a vacation right now. He on a vacation right now. He probably watching this live. But, you know, I can help anybody. I don't care what position you in. I don't care if you're struggling. I don't care if you barely got it. I don't care if you got little money. I don't care if you're in a homeless shelter. If you let me do what I do, I'm going to take care of you. And it's for anybody. And trust me, I help people at the bottom. I help people at the top. I help you as long as they willing to let me do it. You have to listen to me 100%. If you lean to your own understanding, that's different. He never leaned to his own understanding. That's why he's still winning. I had some students that I cashed out. They leaned to their own understanding and they lost it. They lost a lot of it. Not everything, but they lost a lot. Because what happened is some students allow themselves to move without the guidance and they kind of lose direction. And when they lose direction, they can take a hit. It's nothing wrong with them taking a hit, but they could have been so much further if they just took that little instruction. But I understand when you get to the phase of when you borrow your first 100,000 in credit, everybody just like mind blown, because they like, I can't believe it. It's 100,000. So in they mind, I can't never go broke. And technically, it's a feeling where it's true. You can't go broke because the knowledge there. But I want to be fair. I told my student who got the 200,000, I said, most people, they never reach their peak in credit. And I talked about this. I talk about this every time, but I have to let this stick in y'all mind. Hold on. Most people never reach their peak in credit. They never reached it. They never seen it. They don't know what it feel like to go in the bank and borrow 100,000 flat. Not 10,000, not 50,000, $100,000 in the same day. Cold hard cash. They never seen it. They never seen a $75,000 credit card approval. They never seen a $30,000 credit card approval. They never seen it. And so by them never seeing it, they don't understand how much they can benefit if they really understand what position they can be in. So with me, I had it the harder way because um I had to take on debt in order to get myself at its peak. But now I got to take myself out of debt in order to start completely right in the right direction where I don't fail. Because in my position, I had to build credit because I was aiming towards the real credit. Because most people, I could have been a person like, you know what? I don't want the house. Give me the credit cards. Give me the personal loans. Um, give me the small stuff. And that's good. But what happened is you kind of lose direction. So you end up taking the small loans, you end up taking the small credit cards, but you missed the whole plan. You could have took on a $200,000 house, and that $200,000 house could have turned into a refinance, or you could have sold it. And when you sold the property, that paid off house is bona fide on your credit report because I understand the system that we in. 10 years ago, I wouldn't have to borrow a house. I wouldn't have to get a loan or a mortgage in order to solidify my credit report. I told my student today, he called me, he wanted me to fix on his credit. He said, how much would it be to like put a mortgage on your credit? I said, if someone wants to, hypothetically speaking, if someone was to put a $500,000 mortgage on your credit, let's say you have no derogatory accounts, you have no high utilization, you have no missed payments, you have done everything right on your credit. But let's just say they put a paid off house on your credit. That would pretty much solidify you. That'll put you in a position where now you got you can borrow unlimited. So you got a $500,000 house paid off in your credit. And even if they put a year, 2 years, 3 years, by it's being paid off, you literally can get anything you want. You can sign for any car you want because now you really got comparable credit. They see a $300,000 house in your credit. What do you want, sir? We damn sure ain't finna give you a $20,000 Honda or a Kia. What you want something for real? You want a Maybach? You want a G wagon? What you want? You want an AMG? What you want? If you go to Amex, sir, you want a platinum with an unlimited card? You want $100,000 limit? What do you want? Because now they looking at you. It's serious now. Oh, he got a paid off house. Give it to him. Give it to him. No, no talking. No talking. No down payment. We don't do down payments. Down payments is for those who don't got credit. He got the credit and it's paid off. So now your income to the bank is unlimited. Because remember this: the bank don't judge you based upon how much money you tell them you got. The banks judge you based upon the debt you took on. So a person can come in the bank with a 700 credit score, and they can put on paper, I'll make $400,000 a year, right? I can go in the bank with a 700 credit score and say I make $70,000 a year. Me and him both signed for the same car. Let's say if it's a G wagon, not G wagon. Let's say if it's an AMG, and the AMG is $95,000. Guess who gonna get the AMG with no down payment? Me. Not because I said I made less money and he made more money. Who took on more debt? Me or him? Most likely it's me, right? So if I took on more debt, that makes me a better candidate to take on more. And that also makes me more stable when it comes to my income. Yeah, my income can show as low, but the debt is high. And they look at that, especially if the debt is paid off. The mortgage that I got on my credit is paid off. It's not open. It's paid off. And that 430,000 sticks everywhere I go. So anytime I apply for something, they see it. And they see the auto loan. But the auto loan is good, but the mortgage loan, because a four no 27-year-old should have that on their credit, right? Because I got a mortgage when I was 27. I'm 30 now. No 27 or 30-year-old will have a $400,000 house paid off on their credit. No 30-year-old will ever have that. So I did that because I wanted to be in a position to borrow real money because I understand the economy that we live in. You know, everybody got to start from scratch, but I don't want to have to start from scratch. I want to solidify myself Where now, when I delete everything, I go into the bank and grab whatever. I don't have to wait here. I don't have to wait there. And I put myself in that position to get the things that I want in abundance. I don't want to, oh, well, oh, we looked at your credit and yeah, you ain't paid off much. You got a paid off credit card. You got a few loans, and we'll give you a $20,000 car. But with that, oh, you see that? Oh, you like that Ram? You like that Ram truck? That 2500, that lifted truck with the brand new tires, got a price tag of 126,000. You like that? You can get it. How much down payment? No down payment. No down payment. And you don't pay to 60 days from now. Really? Really? Man, get out. Man, look, you want it? Yeah, I want it. That's it. And now I go to 10 dealerships, do the same thing. Guess what? It's $1 million, right? Then I go get a title for 10 of them, right? Damn, $1 million. Wow. So I sold all of them. Let's just say I walk away with 700,000. I just did all that in 2, 3 day time. And then they ain't even hit my credit. Now I go to Chase Bank. I need a loan. How much you want? 100,000. Okay. We can give it to you. Really? Yeah, we can give it to you. You want it today? Let's do it. Or you go to Amex. You want a credit card? All right. How much the limit? Starting limit. Oh, for you, 75,000. Unlimited travels or whatever. And you said, "Wow, it's crazy." Yeah, we looked at your credit report. It's good. Now he don't know that a mortgage is paid off because when they run it, they just run it. But the back office see it. The back office know it. Know it. The back office see that the house paid off. They're like, "Oh man, give it to him," because he took on that type of debt. So the more debt, the better to them, right? And that's why I bought a house because I was like, "Oh, why not? Why not take on that? That's perfect. That's well within my reach. I really want that. So he said, paid bro 1,500 and got what I needed. Appreciate it, fam. I'm gonna pin that comment. I don't know who that is, but thank you, family. Yeah. It's one of my mentees. I don't know which mentee is this because I got a lot of mentees, y'all. So shout out to my mentee, y'all. So yeah, so I help people and I help myself and I help them. They help me, and I make sure that my team is good. And I try my best to give people understanding of. I don't teach people how to make money. I teach people how to borrow it. I'm always gonna win because it's no skill set involved. I don't get into that. Now, if you want to make money, we can. It's always open. I always tell people hop into the most securest thing in the world, like things that's more stable that they don't have to take much risk. But when it comes to borrowing money, you can always leverage because you can turn a poor man rich. You can turn a man who beg for change, get everything unlimited because his ability to borrow is unlimited because it's strictly based off of laws, algorithm, and mathematical equations. It has nothing to do with skill. They don't have to like you. It's not based off politics, race, sex, creed, religion. It's not based off everything. Business is based upon sex, race, religion, sexual orientation, political views, political beliefs, weight, looks, image, everything. I right now, let's say if I sold, I don't know, uh, motorcycles, and the next day the whole world framed me as a sex offender. You think people going to buy motorcycles from me the next day? Absolutely not. Let's say if a person um was selling children tickets, but he kidnapped kids. You think people going to buy tickets from him? Absolutely not. Even if it's in his past. You think if an NBA player was caught up in a scandal and he sexually assaulted a woman, you think he gonna get the endorsement deal? Absolutely not. So that's why I always tell people that it's always better to borrow money and to understand that principle because you really can excel because the banks got no respect of person. When I submit for this mortgage, I never see the loan officer. I never see my loan officer face to face. I never seen my underwriter. He sounded like a nerd. He was like a nerd or something. He was inside of his house wiring over $450,000 to the, 475,000. No, he had to wire 450. I had to bring to the table 22,000. So 472. Yeah. So 472 was the total. They had to wire 450,000 from their house. So I had to bring 22,000 to the table. And so when you look at that, just look at those things right there. When you borrow the money, you don't see the man in the back approving it. When you borrow a car, your sales rep talking to the bank. They don't know who you is. You could be a psychopath. You could be Michael Myers. You could be Michael Myers. I can literally have it in my mindset when I get this truck, I'm about to go to a preschool and run over every child, right? Which I'm not gonna do no stuff like that, but I'm just giving you an idea. I can literally have it in my mind. I want to borrow $1 million and go to Las Vegas and go to every strip club and throw all of it on the strippers. I can have it in my mind and do that. But when you are a businessman, you gotta have a certain image. You gotta impress people. People gotta like you. You have to be uh the person that everybody wants. People have to accept you. The sales can go up and down based upon people' feelings about you. I don't want to deal with that. That's crap. I want to be able to go and Chase Bank, borrow $100,000, and whatever I do with it is my business. But you earning 100,000, good luck. Because one move, your whole reputation can go away. That's why a lot of people got to keep themselves relevant. So you look at a lot of people in business. I don't care what business it is, entertainment, um, a car salesman, I don't know, a developer. They go up and down every day. Borrowing is very consistent. And learning these principles, you got to understand anybody will pay you for it. There's not one person that wouldn't pay me to teach them this and do this for them. And there's not one person that I won't teach because this is a community. Everybody eat. This is not a, oh, give me, give me, give me, give me. In corporations, if he make more money than me, I look at him as competition. But you can't out borrow a person with the same algorithm as you. If he got a 450 credits, if he got a 750 credit score, you got a 750 credit score. He got this debt paid off, you got that debt paid off. Even if the debt 100% equal, the inquiries 100% equal, the utilization is 100% equal, they are getting the same goddamn thing. But when it come to sales, this mechanic can make way more money than this mechanic. And I'm not knocking the business because the end goal is the business. But don't make the business more important than borrowing because the borrowing is the wherewithal on how you can excel. It is very hard to make money off of scratch. That's why most people they sell courses. They don't borrow money in the beginning. Before I started YouTube for real, I started borrowing money. And I wasn't even known on YouTube. Nobody even knew who I was. I made one sovereign video. I had no intentions on going on YouTube. I had no intentions of coming to YouTube to do anything. And it came later in life. But within that meantime, um, what happened? I first kicked off some of my main videos, the 1099A, but then within like a month, I went to borrowing. But that was never nothing I even talked about. I actually came at surprise when I was talking about the Navy Federal because I was figuring out this as I'm making videos, but it had nothing to do with the videos. It was just my everyday life. It was just a regular life, the EIN method. This is the stuff I was doing before I even came to uh, YouTube because I was trying to figure out this, that, and I was figuring out new methods. So now a lot of people caught on to it. Bro, I want the EIN method. It worked for a lot of people. I got students who borrow hundreds of thousands with their EIN. They really lived a good life with it. I got students who was able to get an apartment with their EIN, was able to get a job with it. They was able to do a lot. You know what I'm saying? So um these borrowing methods is very much needed. Well, unless you're going to be selling courses. I don't mind people selling courses, but the issue is I never allowed the course just to stay there. Some people just sell courses and they only give you more courses. I'm a one-stop shop for most of the things that I teach. A person came to me and said, "Okay, all right, how much is it for your EIN method?" It's 300. You don't have to pay again every month. You one time. All it took it one time for them to blow up. Okay, another person asks, "Okay, how much for your credit suite?" 250. You get the suite and you good. How much for your auto loan conversion? 200. We do the auto loan conversion. You get the check. One of my students just got the check, 22,000. She cashed it. The bank just finna send her another check clear. Ain't gonna have nothing on there. So it's one stop shop. You ain't. I'm not gonna keep. Like you don't have to keep going to me every month to get just new information. I don't offer that. I just offer one stop shop. You want to process one time, you get the results. That's it. If you don't get it, you come back to me and we elaborate what you failed at and we execute. You don't have to pay me every month for a subscription. That's why my mentorship is one payment. It's not every month because it wouldn't make sense to give y'all extra and I'm giving y'all everything in that specific process. Now, if you want to go over to another process, that's different because I got many different processes. Remember, I deal with loopholes. I don't just deal with just a million videos and going over the same thing or making it sound like it's a little different. Talking about, oh, you want to get rich, you want to get wealthy, come to me now, and I will change. No, we're not doing that. I promise you, we're not doing that. I promise you, because people listen. The last thing I want to do is waste your time. The last thing I want to do is waste my time and waste your time. When you pay for something, you should get it. If it don't come, that should be rushed after that. That means if you have to wait longer than expected, it should be executed faster because sometimes delays happen. I got a lot of people contacting me, and that happens. And I understand that. That's why I always make sure that when people call me, I'm like, this is my real number. This is not a text me now number. This is not a text me now. And remember, for me and the stuff I teach, if I ever done some fraudulent stuff, the feds coming at my door. This is my real number. You gotta understand, like, my real identity can be accessed. It's not like I'm not coming over here as a fake name, like a Kwame and what's called it, hiding my face. And you probably can go on Google and find my address, and people can do that. And I tell people like you have to be very transparent because these are people's lives on the line. People have sent me their last check. So you think they playing, they're not playing no games. So you have to make sure that the stuff you teach and work. And then you got to be in the field with your students. So I never mind the mentorships and the teaching, but make sure that you in the field with the students. Don't be the person that's just collecting the money and you ain't in the field with us. You ain't borrowing money. You ain't hiding your vehicles from repossession. You ain't doing discharging your debt from foreclosure. You got to do something. You got to at least do the things you're teaching about, and I tell people that all the time because it's very important because people is listening to the things that we are talking about. People are putting their lives on the line. They putting their livelihoods on the line. So this is something that you can't really play with. And you can go to all of my videos, all of my lives, and you're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about from the beginning to the end and how consistent the message has been with every video I make because the message is consistent. Okay, he said this. Let's see if you're right. Okay, that was right. He said this. Let's see if that's right. He's right. He said this. Let's see if it's right. It's right. It aligns so well because the things that I'm teaching, I have to be doing. I cannot tell you guys to go inside of a courtroom if I'm not going inside of a courtroom. I can tell you guys to cancel contract if I never done it. I can tell you guys to borrow 100,000 if I never done it. I done it. Or I can tell you guys hide your vehicles for repossession. I done it. Or I can tell you guys to what's another thing about the foreclosure or having your like let's just say you discharge your mortgage debt. I did it. I did it. A year of missed payments. They can't sell us underwater. I've been telling y'all that. I'm doing everything under the sun. I'm doing everything under the sun cause you gotta be like that. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be ready for it. And the reason why a lot of these processes seem risky and scary because it's something that most people don't do. They don't challenge the system. They don't want to see what's different. They're just the same person. And it's okay. I'm not. I'm different. I'm going whatever I feel like that we can attack that's beneficial to us in a legal matter that we don't have to kill nobody or hurt nobody. I'm with it, and that goes without saying. But once again, if you want to put yourself in a political atmosphere, such as dealing with loopholes, such as being sovereign, such as doing this, you have to be self-employed. You have to. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. There's no half sovereign because they're gonna fully lock you up. They're gonna fully fire you from your job. They're gonna fully excommunicate from you if if you show any sign of disloyalty, if you show any sign of political consciousness that is different from them, if you show any acts of anything that they don't agree with socially. You know how many people lost their jobs because of their opinions on Trump? You know how many people lost their jobs because of their opinions on Charlie Kirk? You know how many people lost their jobs because of their opinions on gays? I don't have a problem with none of them. I love the opinions. I love if you got this opinion, you got that opinion, that's your opinion. I don't mind it. But your employer matters. If you can work at Kmart. Um, I think Trump wrong for bombing Iran and killing those innocent kids. You fired the next morning. Like what the you fired. Or I think Charlie Kirk should have toned it down a little bit. You fired. Or I thought that's why I don't deal with it. I tell people I'm independent. I have to because there's nothing going to be controlling my tongue. The things that I'm saying, the political position that I put myself in, I'm not finna be working at no burger spot or a corporate building following rules if I know I don't politically. I mean, if my political views are different, that my job is in jeopardy. I'm not doing that. No amount of salary is worth that. That's like selling your soul almost. It's not that serious. That's why it's best to become independent. You can do what you want. You can say what you want, and it's up to you to figure it out. That's what it means to be sovereign. You have to be independent. You have to be independent. You have to you have to know yourself. You have to, you said I hate Israel, and that's your opinion. I don't mind it. You know what I'm saying? That's your opinion. And it's okay. You have your opinion. But opinions is costing people their livelihood nowadays. Opinions is costing people their ability to speak, their ability to come around certain organizations. So you have to become independent. And to become independent, you got to borrow money. You have to start a business or something. You have to do something. And your business can't always be. Matter of fact, let me take that back. You can create a corporation that's not a franchise of any other corporation. So if I create a burger shop like Taquan X Burgers, right? A Master Burger or Monster Burger. And this franchise is openly opinionated where my employees can speak whatever their truth is. They could. They just might can't do it at work, but they can speak on the internet wherever they want to speak on the internet. And that's just my opinion. I can do that. But when you talking about the social atmosphere of like, I don't know, Walmart or McDonald's and all of these Fortune 500 companies is controlled. So your employees can go on the internet and say, they put baby feet inside of McDonald's burgers. If you say something like that, you're going to get fired. Or McDonald's, I think he's a pedophile or something like that, you're going to get fired. So, no, you got to be independent. You have to. It's no ifs, ands, or buts. Yes, independence is the only way. Of course. Yes, it is. What if somebody is being sued for 20,000 for an accident? It depends on the circumstances. So, if it's their fault, then they have to go through the litigation in court. What if your credit isn't good? Got to go through the credit sweep, 250. I got you, fam. You got to go through the credit sweep. What about credit unions? Credit unions are perfect. It's perfect to use. Those are startup banks, if you ask me. Let me see. Taquan scammed me for $500. Here you go right here. See? Here you go right here. Lawful Shepherd. Taquan scammed me for $500, y'all. I paid him for services. Initially, he would get right on it. And then after a month of making excuses, he said I was disrespectful and blocked. Okay, who is this? Let's see who is this. Question: Do you believe in God of the Bible? Of course. Yeah, I do. I do. I want to see who said I scammed them. Who are you who said I scammed them? Do you does all credit suite require police reports? Not all. Some do, some don't. Hallelujah. All praises, all praises. Yes, I do. I believe in God. So you saying you would clean my credit for 250? Yes, I would. You have to just contact me at 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. Again, contact me at 224-463-1848. So how do you start getting into the process of self-employment loans and leveraging credit? So the first thing you have to do is uh understand your relationship with your credit, right? So do you have good credit, bad credit, excellent credit? And I'm gonna speak from the good side and I'm speaking from the bad side. The good side is you got 700 credit score. You might got an auto loan paid off. You might got good credit history. That's when you will get to the position where, okay, you will map out how much do your job pay you? How much would you need in order to leave? How much would you need to borrow to have reserves that will cover rent, that'll cover like utility bills, that'll cover some expenses you might have, and also how much would you have on the side to invest? That's what's gonna tell me, right? That's one side of it. Now, the flip side to it, if you have terrible credit or no credit, the first thing you're gonna do, you're gonna stay at your job, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna pay for a credit sweep, or you're gonna do a credit sweep yourself. Now, credit sweeps yourself can be easy, but some people don't like to pay. I'm about to make a couple videos tonight. I'm gonna show y'all how easy credit repair can be with me, because now I'm changing the game. Most credit repair companies don't talk about this, and this is one of the most important things when it comes to credit repair, right? On your credit sweep, do you do all three or just one? I do all three. So just to touch bases on this, I want to see who said I scammed them for $500. I want to see this because I seen up front where somebody said I scammed them for 500. Please say your name. What is your name? Who said I scammed them for $500? I really want to see this. So the reason why credit repair companies have issues with most people is not that credit repair companies have issues. This is the main issue with y'all, right? And I want to break this down as simple as I can. So when people do your credit repair, they ask you for your file, right? They ask you for your full name, your date of birth, your driver's license front and back, social security card, utility bill, right? They ask you for your login, right? For whoever monitor your credit. It can be Experian, Credit Karma, TransUnion, etc. Trans Credit Karma can look at your TransUnion and Equifax. Your Experience can look at all three, but most of the time people don't get that mentorship, right? Like the full membership, my bad, the full membership. So anytime we log in, we gotta get a code. Now, I might soon I get your file. It's not like I'm logging into your credit to get it. I might get it, I don't know, it could be 10 o'clock at night, right? And now I text you for the code, you might be knocked out. Time and scheduling don't always align. So weeks might go past, then a month might pass, and you might say, oh, he scammed me. No, just the time is not the same because I can't get access to the account so easily because I'm not logged in due to the fact that I need a code to log in. And remember, it's not like I just go into TransUnion and that's it, and I got everything. No, you have to break down each individual account to see what accounts are negative, what accounts would you like deleted, what late payments you want to be removed, what account you want to be deleted. You know what I'm saying? I'm going through the full thing. So I created this right here, right? Because I tell people this, right? If they had this, it saved their life. This is a PDF that I'm offering to all of my students. So this got a list. Accounts that needs to be deleted from all three credit bureaus. List the account name, and under the name, please include the account number. If you don't have the account number, include the balance, right? So let's say amongst all three credit bureaus, let's say if you have an auto loan from Navy Federal, and that auto loan is on all three credit bureaus, right? So I'm gonna put Navy Federal, and I'm gonna put the account number. Let's just say if the account number is 102-752-81, right? And right under there, I'm gonna put my first account, second account, third account, fourth account, fifth account, sixth account, whatever accounts you want to get deleted. And this has to be for all three credit bureaus, right? Now, I can create this in a way where you do it for TransUnion. I can create a way you do it for Experian and Equifax. But I also got one where you can put it for all three because it can be easier. But if I break it up, it can be easier as well. Now, inquiries that you want disputed. So this would be the name of the inquiry and then the date the inquiry was obtained. So your inquiry, let's just say if it's Navy Federal, inquiry date, you put that inquiry date on. And I got it for all three. And now you got, see, inquiries that need to be disputed from TransUnion. You're gonna put the inquiry name. You're gonna put the inquiry date. Inquiries that need to be disputed from Equifax. You're gonna put the inquiry name. You're gonna put the inquiry date. Now, if you have late payments disputed, please list the late payment of the company, of the name of the company, and the account number as well as how many times you were late. If you were late only once, give me that specific date. But if you were late more than once, just give me the name and the account number. But I also supposed to put how many times you were late. So if you was late 6 times, 7 times, 8 times, just put eight, and that would have been easier. So most people don't create the templates because they know that a lot of people that need their credit repair don't actually look into the files themselves. And it's so easy to just go into your Credit Karma, look at the list of your accounts, and see what accounts is derogatory. So if you got an account with too many late payments and you like, hey, I want to get it delete, the whole account deleted, you can just get it deleted. If you go to uh Experian and you see derogatory accounts, you can get the derogatory accounts deleted. Collection accounts can get deleted. But if I hit the list, all I would have to do is add this to a template and send it right off. I would have to log in, get the code from you, find each individual account, then send it off. And then you complaining to me about how long it takes, but it can be so easy if we've done this together. That's why I don't charge a lot for credit repair, because I know if I create a system where you guys can use, it'll be easy. So you would say Navy Federal, you would give me the account number, you would give me the inquiries from the credit bureau that you want to dispute, you would give me the late payments to dispute, and that's it. And it's right off in the mail. It's right off in the mail because all I gotta do is copy paste, put a template on it, it's gone. Just like that. It's gone. But some people make it hard because I gotta go into your account. I gotta look at it. I gotta wait till you send me the code. And people be at work, they be busy, they be tied up, and sometimes they don't even know how to check it themselves. So it can be hard. So this template is definitely an option for most people. And I'm actually gonna send this to some of my future clients with credit repair because I know how important it is. One of my students, I just put him right. He just came in, he sent me most of the accounts that's on his credit. I sent that off. It's gone. He texted me, said, "Bro, what is this?" I said, "It's gone. It's deleted." He said that. I'm like, man, look, it's easy now. Way easy, especially the templates I got. Super easy. Let me see. I put so many codes up in here. When it comes to disputes, it's getting easier now because it's a data breach, and these data breaches give us leeway for the deletions. So this is what we doing. So I try to tell people that. Hold on. I try to tell people. Hold on, hold on. Okay. Dang, I try to tell people that. It's working now. I promise you, it's working. It is working now. It is working now. It is working now. I promise you. Like credit repair is like is at an all time high. A lot of things getting deleted. These sweeps is going good. Sometimes some things stick or come back, and we gotta do a redeletion, and that happen. You know. You say you look so tired, man. I am tired. I'm very tired, fam. I'm very tired. I'm trying to get my rest. You know. I'm trying to get my rest. And I ain't been getting rest like that. My eyes is bloodshot red. But I've been working so hard. Summer coming up, y'all. I'm ready, you know. I've been working out. I've been going out. I've been tired, y'all. I'm very tired. What I about to say? Yeah, family. Let me see. Can you please repeat the number? Okay. The number is 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. Again, my phone number is 224-463-1848. Bro, just get some rest. Yes, I am. I'm actually gonna get some rest. Soon I get off this live, I'm gonna go get some rest or something like that. But yeah, that's what happened when you're working all day. Right now I'm getting an assistant, y'all. I'm really getting an assistant to help with the credit repair and everything like that, just so processes can run faster. But my office space, oh, I got stuff over here. So look, you see this? My printer, I got a big, thick printer right here. Look, I could print 100 pages in like 5 seconds. This is my baby right here. Like this printer right here, this all you need when you do credit repair. You see me your ID, you see me your social, you see me your utility bill for your address. It's getting printed out in 5 seconds. I can store almost 1,000 pages up in here, and my ink cartridge is so thick, I can print out 8,000 pages for each ink cartridge. So that's a deal right there. That's a real deal. That's a real deal right there. You need this. You're gonna need a real ink printer, when you are printing out these credit dispute letters. Everybody need their credit done, Everybody need their credit done, y'all. Don't think you don't. And don't be cheap either. Don't be cheap when it comes to your credit repair. I know some people be cheap, and I'll be telling them like this. I'm gonna tell you this though. I don't mind you being cheap. You wanna tell you why? Because having good credit don't mean nothing if you don't know what to do with it. Meaning, if I can get you in a position to borrow no money, it's like, what's the point of having good credit? I know that. So let me rephrase what I'm saying. If you know what you know, or if you know what I know, if you listen to the things that I teach, you can easily position yourself right. You can easily position yourself decent. So you charge a one-time fee to clean all three? Yes, I do. One time. I was told doing sweeps can land you in jail. Is that true? Hell no. Hell no. Absolutely not. Unless you do some fraudulent stuff. It was a lady who was making fake police reports, but remind you, she was copying the police sergeant's signature. So she was locked up for forgery. It had nothing to do with being illegal because you can't go to jail for a credit sweep. You only can go to jail if you fraudulently forge somebody information, or if what's another thing, because anything that you declare can't be disproven due to the fact of the data breach. The data breach is always the loophole and the leeway that a lot of people have with the credit bureau. So I never seen no one who got arrested for doing that. I know in Georgia they try to crack down on it because the person was doing a fake police report, but the fake police report wasn't them filing the report. It was them signing off on the report, like the sergeant or the lieutenant of that department, and pretty much the bureaus was authorizing those reports. Yeah, that's why I on the fence. Yeah, yeah, fam. So no, you won't go to jail for it. Absolutely not. I appreciate you for asking because it's definitely a concern. If you got concerns about it, or if you're not sure about something, definitely ask about it. It's beneficial to ask. Let me see. Well, what else? What else? What else? Who else got a question? Who else got a question? What time can we call? You can call me tonight. You don't. As long as you call within 20 minutes from now, we good. You know, because I'm gonna be up for like another hour or two before I go to sleep. So it's 1,500 for full service. Yeah, 1,500 for my full mentorship. So if you want my mentorship, I'll take care of you. And my mentorship, I started to offer free credit repair. And so pretty much I'll do your credit for you as well. Been a long time, bro. Good to see you. Get some rest, man. Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, you know I need some rest. You know I've been up. You know I've been up doing a lot. I'm tired in the mud right now, but you know gotta stay consistent. You know I just saying I appreciate all what you share with us. Yes, yes. You know it's very important though. You know it's very important. Um so we burn the EINs and say regular credit. No, the thing about it is the EIN method is still good. The EIN method is it's my mentorship. I offer everything. So the EIN method is not done. It is not done. My EIN method is not done. The only thing about the EIN is a lot of people who just starting their EIN profile, they starting to see how hard it is building credit in today's society. So when they go around and they trying to do this and do that with the EIN, they can't because they don't got nothing on there. It's naked. It's like a dead profile. You never even put nothing on there. You know, so when the bank see it, it's not like they gonna be like, oh my God. Like they gonna look at it like you got no credit. You know, you got no credentials, you got no credit, you have no credibility. You know, we don't trust you. You know, you know, you just starting fresh. Now you come up in there with an EIN number, I build you, or if you come in there with with some teachers that I gave you, and you really build on it, you had some banking relationships, and you put some AUs on there and some primaries on there, and you really had a solidified profile. Yeah, they're gonna approve you. So does the mentorship show you how to not to pay taxes? No, not paying taxes is so easy, but it don't even have to be in a way of sovereignty. You can go being tax exempt as being a corporation. So I can show you how to do that easily, you know. So I teach you all of that in my mentorship. My mentorship covers everything. And if any of y'all want my mentorship, please text me at 224-463-1848 because I promise you, once you get my mentorship, you're gonna really have something. Now, let me rephrase something, right? I really want people to understand this. Mentorship only works if you listen. I promise you it's gonna work. But you have to listen. You have to listen 100% of the time. Do I have students that had issues with my mentorship? Absolutely. Did a lot of my students succeed from my mentorship? Absolutely. Did some feel like they failed? Of course. Was some dissatisfied? Of course. Because we have to understand that when you place yourself as the student to be the teacher and you want the teacher to be the student, you put yourself in a position to get burned because you have to have humility when you learn and you have to learn from a place of allowing things to happen, even if it's even if you feel like you can control it, but you allowing someone else to control it due to the fact that this is what they do. And they only got your best interests. I got your best interest when it comes to this. But you gotta let me dictate it. You gotta let me control it. Because after I do it, I'm gonna let you float. I'm gonna let you float off by yourself. And when you float off by yourself, you're gonna grow and you're gonna see everything elevating. Because as a teacher, my mentorship, I could charge $10,000 for my man. I charge 1,500. That's not nothing. Like 1,500 is nothing for my. I actually be surprised. I'm like, I be getting people $200,000 and I get 1,500. That's crazy. That is crazy. I got him. I got him over $100,000 in a day. A day. Not even a salary. You will see that. You know, I make sure everybody eat. You know, my mentorship 1,500. That's not nothing. Some people mentorship. You go inside of a. Y'all ever been to like, man, what's his name? What's the guy name again who teach the real estate? I forgot his name. Oh my God. Y'all ever been to a real estate seminar? It's people out there. that pay, hold on. It's people out there that pay $10,000 to go to a real estate seminar. And the only thing that person is giving them is motivational quotes. Shit. They only giving them motivational quotes. They go up and now they go into the seminar and they said, "Do you want to be rich?" And everybody say, "Yeah." "You want to be rich?" "Yeah." Get my template. They give them a book. They give them a ice cream and pat them on the back and say, "Have a good day." After they done, they ain't got no knowledge. They ain't got the game. Listen, I got the lenders. You don't even need to go through a real estate course. I know how to get the lenders. I know how you can borrow money on the real estate side. You don't even need real credit to buy real estate. You just got to show financials. I know how you can build your own investment property. You ain't got to invest in no investment property. You can build your own triplex. You can get you a duplex. You can get you a duplex. You can build one. You can get your own builder. You ain't even get your lender. The lender is financing everything. Planet Home Lending, cross country mortgage. That's free game. And my builder, my lender I have my own builder. Her name is Vanessa. She located in Houston, Texas. She's a worker for cross country mortgage out here in Houston, Texas. Her name is Vanessa, and she deal with the builders department, and she'll get you approved. Come on now, and we do this for 1,500. 1,500. Um, but you got to realize that I think that what I messed up at is the sovereignty. I mixed the sovereignty up with what I teach, and that threw away me as being the business aspect of things, though, because the business aspect is good, but the sovereignty is hurting my business side because of the political view. Because when people see me, they see business, they see sovereignty. So now a certain demographic is limited due to the fact that they think you have to be sovereign to be in the business sector. And that's why I shouldn't have never lived with the sovereignty thing because it go over a lot of people's heads. And I realize a lot of people not ready for it. A lot of people is not ready for it. People talk about it. People bring it up. People act like they with it. They not ready for it. They not ready to be free. They really not ready to change. They not ready to get it. They not. They can say that. They can say, "Oh, I'm with it. I'm ready." But I'm like, look, until you're ready to go in a courtroom and represent yourself and speak highly based, highly protecting your position. You speaking highly on standing on your ground. You speaking highly on representing yourself to the fullest extent. Most people can't even understand the first aspects of sovereignty. Most people don't even understand how to deal with the prosecutor. Most people don't even keep understand how much it comes with this. You get what I'm saying? So the sovereignty aspect is what a lot of people feared. And that fear is what drives people away. And I don't mad people being scared because being scared is a normal human feeling, right? Everybody is scared. Everybody go through things. But I don't want you to be scared, but very unaware because I want you to be aware of what's going on. I want you to be aware of what you're doing. I want you to be aware of how to maneuver, So, yeah, sovereignty is in a mentorship as well, but it's optional. If you want it, it's in there. You know what I'm saying? Because I teach everything in my mentorship. I teach you how to correct your status, change your status, represent yourself. But then I got the credit side. Because remind you, all of my students are different. You got some that's strictly for the credit. You got some that's for the sovereignty. Most people come for the credit. Most people come for the credit. I don't have that many. Like my sovereign students versus how I want to say it. So my sovereign students versus my credit students is like 80 to 20 now. Back then, my my sovereign students used to be like 50-50. But right now, my sovereign students is like 80 to 20 because everybody don't want to be, sovereign. Everybody don't want that. Some people want to some people rather just do it the credit way. And that's okay too. I'm okay with either one. You can do credit because both beneficial. Both is beneficial. Both is beneficial. I don't want people to do sovereignty because I don't know how they react in the courtroom. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because you can be sovereign, but how you gonna react in that courtroom when that judge tell you the things that you saying is wrong? How you gonna respond? You go in the courtroom and they say, "Oh, sir, what are you talking about? You're not even making sense." What one thing I noticed that a lot of judges, what they do when you go in court is they try to make a mockery out of you. They try to make you sound like an idiot. But whole time, you're not an idiot. It just they just want to make it seem like you so unprofessional. They want to make it seem like you don't know what you're talking about. Get an attorney. Come on, please, just get an attorney. Have someone represent you because you cattle to them, and they want you to just, bow to them and be incompetent and be subservient. When you go inside the courtroom, but we're not doing that. We're not doing that at all. We represent ourselves to the fullest extent. But I tell people, if you're not ready to represent yourself, you're not ready to be free, and it's okay. Listen, it's okay. Yes, yeah. I still got my truck. But look, you still listen. Freedom, freedom cost. Freedom cost. You know what I'm saying? Freedom cost. But besides that, right? We're gonna touch bases on some more stuff, right? Because I want to talk to you guys tonight. It's a whole lot we gotta talk about. So another thing, right? This is another thing that a lot of people need to learn, right? So, um, the credit side, right? So one of the main things about credit and everything like that. Yeah, I kind of messed myself up, because I pushed the sovereignty first, and then it went into credit. But I was supposed to really keep it at credit because um I think I pushed a lot of people away. I pushed a lot of people away because they don't know what to do. They don't know should they do it because remember, if one thing look wrong, the whole thing look wrong. So sovereignty looks wrong in the eyes of a person who don't know or who's politically uneducated. And when they see the credit stuff, they said that seems right, but because of the sovereignty, I'm going to push back. And that's why I always say when people don't see me like on certain platforms or something like that, I'm like I kind of hurt myself with that. I'm not mad at it at all. I just know it's a cap because now it's like I gotta break through the door to get in a certain position in order to. And then you gotta understand, I don't lie, because I could come on this mud and say, "Oh, you found one document, you found your birth certificate, get it notarized. You can go pick up a truck tonight. You go pick up $1 million house tomorrow." But I never inflated none of my teachings. So the way a lot of people go at it, they inflate their teachings, and that's how sometimes they raise the capital. Because if to inflate your teachings is basically lying to people or misleading them into believing one thing, but it's something, and you hyperinflate them by an over possibility of something doing of so minimum. Like when people came out with the 1099A, some of the teachers of that was pocketing so much money that it it took away from the originality of what it really means. So they building wealth off a lie. So now they on the internet talking about this, they talking about discharging debt, they talking about that. But the whole time they wasn't making no money off of it. They wasn't getting people the results. And guess what? Those same people right now, they lost it all. The money went away. The student and they and they students came. A lot of their students came to me and they seen it. Oh, I went to this guy. He scammed me out of. They told me 10,000. I'm like 10,000. Yeah, I paid 10,000. I paid 20,000 for his class, and I said, "You paid what? Pay me 10,000 or 20,000?" And they said, "Yeah, he was charging us a course, and the course was working, but it didn't work." I'm like, "The course never worked. What made you think the course was work?" "Well, it sounds so original." I said, "Listen, you got scammed. You got scammed." I said, "You got scammed." And it was giving out fake numbers. Remind you, I'm giving out my real number. This is not a text me now number. So when people call me, it don't say, "Oh, you have reached Google subscribe number." It's my real number. So a lot of people get shocked because the transparency is what is what I give people. I give people transparency. Now, I also am a little too transparent because most people don't do that. That's like, to them, that's a no-no, to never give out your number or to never even answer when certain students call. Like, I could be in the middle of a day and I could be working or just outside. Student call me and say, "Hey, I've been watching your videos," and that's how transparent I am. So a guy who got a little following, I got a little following, and people, and they like the stuff I teach, and you can get access to me like that. You can just give me a call and I answer. Really? Wow. You get locked up lately? No, not at all. Yeah. Sounds like pace. I thought you was cool, bro, that you gave out your number. Your phone probably blow up like crazy. Yeah, my phone be blowing up, y'all. I be feeling like a celebrity sometimes, but no, I'm not no celebrity. But yeah, my phone blow up all day. Not really with calls, mostly with texts, because a lot of people don't know how I am off camera. Some people will call and they just have an attitude. That's not me. I tell everybody, "Hey, family," because I'm respectful. I just tell people, if you gonna get it, like this is the thing. I'm a serious person. So don't call me if you ain't really like serious. If you really serious, like, "Look, I want your process. I want this. Let's do it." And then, okay. Or if you curious, like, "What process do I offer?" I can send you a list of the things that I offer. And if you don't see what you're looking for on that list, then you can ask me and I can give you a quote based upon what you ask me. Some people ask me some crazy stuff. They'll say, "Bro, do you help with this? Do you help with that?" And I'll say, "I never done it, but I know I can do it." And sometimes, most of the time, I can. It could be anything. It could be documentations getting made. I don't got that on the list, but if you ask me, I can make some documentation for you, and it could be anything. You might need certain thing notarized, but you need the document template to make. I can do that for you. A person came to me and said, "Hey, bro, create me a verification income from your company." So me as a company, I sponsor them, and my corporation sponsor them, and they got the place. They just got a brand new place. I done it for plenty of students, plenty of students. Just make sure you serious when you come to me, and I'm gonna take care of you. I take care of everybody. I fed a lot of people, a lot of families, both husband and wives, both, and I made sure everybody ate because not nobody I teach is gonna starve unless they want to starve. Now they start going off and doing their own thing. That's one thing. But if they following me and they following everything I'm teaching them, are we standing 10 toes behind them? We standing 10 toes. Hey, y'all, write down what I gotta say before I call. Appreciate it, fam. Would you suggest getting a mortgage during this market? Because there are a lot of houses being built poorly during this market. Too many people not getting their homes inspected and they getting shift shafted. Um, if you're doing it for credit purposes, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because it's a couple ways you can do a mortgage. You don't have to buy a house straight that's built. You can get a house built, and by you getting a house built, it can get built the way you want it to get built. And if you decide to sell it, you can sell it. The IRS probably hate you. No, hell no, hell no. I ain't even made enough money for the IRS to hate me now. I ain't even made enough money for the IRS to hate me. The IRS hates somebody who's making real money. I gotta make hundreds of millions of dollars for the IRS to start hating me. They don't hate me at all. I'm really a ant compared to the people they really go after. I know. Listen, I'm an ant to what they used to. You know what I'm saying? So I still gotta grow in this factor. If I was inflating my processes, they would, because then I say you can get $1 million by signing this form, and you can walk away with $1 million. That'd be they'll really hate me then because they'll say, yeah, this man is crazy. This man is telling people they can get $1 million line of credit, but the whole time he know they can't get $1 million. Um, Let me see what else. Who else we got? Got clean up. Hold on, quick. Yeah, family. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Y'all can ask me anything tonight. We're gonna be talking for a minute. I'm gonna get off soon, but I'm gonna try my best to talk to you guys tonight. I purchased so many books on sovereignty, the redemption, manual books, law books. Now I'm just confused where to start. Okay, start with getting out that job. Start with that, because there's no sovereignty working at Starbucks. Can you imagine saying I'm a non-citizen national and U.S. Oh shoot, hold on. Can you? I got. Okay, okay. Can you imagine working at Starbucks and you saying you a non-citizen national? Can you imagine a non-citizen national working at Starbucks? A non-citizen national working at Starbucks. You really can't imagine that. It's- this man is serving me coffee in the morning. This man serving me coffee in the morning. He talking about he against the government. He said he a free man. This man serving coffee in the morning talking about he a free man. People will laugh at you. They will really laugh at you because they know that to be sovereign, we got to be financially independent. And financially independent don't mean rich. You just have to do it on your own. Even if you was in a corporate building making $100,000 a month, still not free because you don't control your livelihood. If your livelihood can be cut by an institution at any given moment, that would then remove your power from you economically. Unless you had, stocks and things saved up. But you still got to have that independent perspective to move forward. Because at any time, if you pivot, you lose control of the independency. Because for me, independency is key to freedom. And and with that independency, it gives you a free voice, it gives you the free wherewithal, and it gives you the ability to move solely as a man. That's why when people see us, he can speak so freely about the government. He can speak so freely about being independent. He can go on the internet and tell people that the game is a scam. The government is a scam. And there's people that listen to him. But when you look at his lifestyle, he's really independent. So everything that like the processes, the mentorships, I really bank on all of that. Even my credit, even liquidation of credit cards, liquidation of auto loans, even discharging mortgages, my livelihood bank on stuff like that. Because I have to be independent. I have no choice but to be independent. I can't go and work and then come on the internet talking this talk, but whole time somebody got a hook on me like I'm Pinocchio. Or was it Pinocchio? Who had a hook on him where they was like dancing and they hit the long Pinocchio, right? You get what I'm saying? So you coming on the internet running your mouth, but you're not even free. Your boss at Taco Bell's gonna fire you because you said something about Jews. You know what I'm saying? Your manager at Kohl's, Jewel Osco, even if you work at a school district, they're about to fire you because of the things you're saying online. So if that's not slavery, I don't know what it is. That's not freedom. First freedom is financial freedom. You got mental freedom, but I'm just talking about the things that we really have to understand when it comes to sustainability. Financial freedom first. Without financial freedom, you are not free at all.
Then you have the political freedom, free to express the things that I want to express freely without condemnation, without things happening to me, without consequences. I'm not saying you can't get shot. I'm not saying that you can't have a situation where someone try to attack you or assassinate you, but you will be free. And freedom always has a cost because no man is free until they free. You have to free yourself first. Our banks hesitate to lend if you have zero inquiries. It all depends on your profile, not too much the inquiries. What do you do if you ain't filed taxes in 3 years and I do gig work? Um, you get up to 5 years without paying taxes. If you do gig work, make sure you organize your budget and expenses. And then when you get to the point before 5 years time frame, that's when you can decide to file taxes if you want, depending on how much profit is made. Have any of the sovereign students fought for themselves in court? Yeah, all of my students have. Yeah, some of my students lost. Some of my students lost. And remind you, that's the hardest part. Nobody tell y'all that. Hardest part is representing yourself. It's not easy. And the reason why it's not easy is because everybody gets scared. I don't give a damn how much they learn from me. I'm probably the only sovereign who can go in court and win. Not many of my students can win because it's deeper than what y'all think. It's not the knowledge. I promise you, it's not just the knowledge. It's the mindset. It's the passion. I have a passion for it. I got a passion for representing myself. I don't just have the knowledge because the passion beats the knowledge. I can do it without trying. I can do it without studying. I can do it without wanting to do it. When I say I have a passion for it, I have a passion for it. I got a passion on beating the government. I got a passion on representing myself. So it's way deeper than just me going into court and saying a few words. That's why when I go to court, I'm happy. I'm laughing. I'm literally like the way when I go to court, it's like when y'all go to I don't know the mall with y'all friends, or when y'all go out on a good night on the guys' night. That's how I feel when I go to court. And if you don't feel like they're going to court, then this ain't your passion. This is my passion. This is a purpose. This is the purpose that I chose. And passion don't come from a person telling you on YouTube this is what you need to do. Passion just come organically. Like it's just something that is in me. I don't know. I don't even try. When I go to court, I don't try. I don't really be putting it all in it. I don't be everything got to be perfect and I got to say everything perfect and no, it just flow. It flows like butter. It flows like it's easy to talk. It's easy to elaborate on certain things, so a lot of my students get stuck in the courtroom. And remember the script ain't the issue. It is the heart. Most people think it's script can end, but the heart can't. So you can have a script. Let's just say the script say, okay, challenging jurisdiction based upon these grounds and that. But when the script ends, the man becomes silent. When the script ends, the man cannot speak. When the script ends, the man cannot elaborate. When the script ends, the man has no more energy. Why? Because they was going off a script. And a man who is going off a script is not ready to fight a war in that courtroom because their biggest thing that they got over a lot of us is the fear. You fear that judge with the gown. You fear that prosecutor. You fear the court reporter. You fear the bailiff. You fear the authority or the authoritative figure that's in that courtroom. And that's all they need. They look you in your eyes and they tell you, he's scared. threaten him with trial, threaten him with time. He's not serious about this. I could tell. They can smell you when you're not consistent. They can smell you when you're not the person that trying to portray a certain image. When you go in that courtroom and you acting like, oh well, I got it figured out. They can smell it. They say, nah, this ain't the sovereign that we scared of. They scared of the sovereign. When he go up in there, he's focused. He's not even aggressive because a lot of times when a lot of sovereigns go inside a court, they, they become argumentative because the argument don't come out of passion. The arguments come out of fear because since they are not able to articulate their point, they get mad, and anger is where it's strife, the resentment, and the resentment is bringing forth the argumentation. That's why when they go to court, it's so easy to argue because you want to disrespect the judge. You don't want to present a point or prove a point or somehow position your case the right way. You want to argue. You want to belittle. You want to disrespect because now you don't have no ammunition to fight. You want to physically fight. And remember, they are more scared of a trained, professional, focused person who can control their ego and their emotions. Because if they know they can get you mad, they beat you. If they know you get angry easy, they beat you. If they know you get frustrated, they beat you. But when they see me, they don't see frustration. They don't see anger. They don't see resentment. They don't see nothing. And it gets them to the point where we don't even want to take the case. We don't want it. We don't want it. I think he gonna beat us. He's way too focused. He articulates everything. So yes, I treat the court with respect. Absolutely. I treat the judge with respect. I call her your honor at all times. You always got to treat them with respect because respect isn't just for them; it's for you because it shows intelligence, it shows competency. Um, One of the greatest things of representing yourself or understanding how to represent yourself is you change and create the narrative of your case, and you articulate a point where the prosecutors will have the biggest disadvantage, even if you even if you have the slightest guilt against you. It's almost like they can't be the person who was there. You know what I'm saying? So I tell people that it's way deeper. I got passion in it. It's not even about the skill because you can have the skill good, but the passion kills the skill because I love it. I don't like it. I love it. I do it for free. I represent myself for free any day. Any day. I go in the courtroom every single day for free. So Um, I'm from Chicago, Chirac, live in Texas. Both states slam dunk sovereign litigants. Most people are afraid to claim sovereignty. Not me. Absolutely not me. Absolutely not me. The judge told me I was the smartest guy she ever met in her life. Whoever represented themselves. She said, I've never in my life seen anyone who was this intelligent of the law, who found motions like you, who's able to articulate and argue a point like you. I've never seen it. And so when you get a judge that compliment a man who represented himself, she done it 3 times already. It shows that the judge has favored you as a person because character is everything in court. The jury judge character. They don't judge the evidence as much people think. I got caught with a gun on me before, on me, and I was a convicted felon. I walked. I ain't walked because well, he just no. I walked because of me. I walk because of the intention. I walk because of the character. Most people don't walk because of their character. Nasty attitude, disrespect, anger. It don't get you nowhere in court. They want to see an angry man. They want to see an angry, unfocused, unintelligent imbecile walk into that courtroom, arguing with everybody, mad at the world. Oh yeah, we got him. But what makes them scratch their head is, why he's so nice? He's so respectful. He's very articulate. He found motions appropriately. He respect all of us. There's never been an argument. Why not? Because they want to see me out of character, and I never would. One time, I'm gonna tell you what the prosecutor did. Um, they wanted me to go inside the prosecutor office because I guess we waiting for the officers to come in, right, for me to cross examine them that day. And so the officers is in there with me. Prosecutor walked back in. He said, "Hold on, what is you doing here?" I said, "What you talking about?" I said, "Didn't you want me in your office?" He said, "No, I didn't tell you to come in his office. You don't need to be in his office." And what happened was, before the officers even came in that room, I was standing there. He never said that. And so what I kind of noticed was he wanted a reaction. And my best reaction was, I'm gonna beat you in the court. I never get angry. You would never see me get angry. You call me a nigger because I understand systemically I can destroy you. Systemically, they are locking all of us up in prisons. Systemically, we are all being dragged into jails by our attorneys and being misled by our attorneys to take plea bargains. But when you beat the prosecutor systemically, the ego, the pride kills them because this is one person we can't get. You will never catch me out of character. And most of my students can't do that because a lot of them don't have passion in it. Number one, because it's not because a lot of people, if you have to really drill this in your head to do, you don't have passion, and you're not going to last that long. You're not going to be great. Skill works. Skill is good, but passion is something that 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 people don't understand how deep it is. So it's a very good thing, fam. But they want to see you out of character. You out of character is bread and butter. They'll love to see you go to court angry at the judge. You telling the judge you and telling the prosecutor, oh, they love that. They love that energy. They don't want to see no professional person coming up in there. They don't want to see nobody who can really articulate their point, who can really present arguments correctly, who can really organize and pick out a jury, who can organize and pinpoint and pick holes and poke holes through the entire case. They don't want nobody thinking like that. They want idiots to come in there to say, I'm against the government and wave a paper up in the middle of the courtroom. That's what they want in there. They don't want nobody like me coming in their courtrooms. When I come in the courtroom, the prosecutor like, he come on time. He don't argue. He doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? So I never budge. I never play games. I'm a very serious person. And remind you, this is something that most people never told me. No one never told me the court system. You got people on the internet say foul this, foul that, but teach me how to deal with these people on the emotional, psychological level. Because filing paperwork on the psychological level, filing paperwork on the psychological level. How do I mentally walk in that courtroom and demand the room? I do that all the time. You have to you have to command or demand whatever, command the room. When they see me walking there, attention, who is this? Who the hell is this guy? You know, because they used to like the old white guy with the glasses, kind of chubby. He attorney, his name Mr. Glaspie or whatever. But when they see me coming in there, Mr. Williams, you represent yourself? Yes, I am. Are you an attorney? Yes, I represent myself. And guess what? When I talk, the court reports like, I promise to God, the prosecutor, assistant prosecutor, police looking like, what the fuck was this? Who let this nigga in? Who let this nigga inside the courtroom? How the hell he get up in here? Who let him in? He talking that talk. He don't sound like no idiot. He don't sound like an idiot. Oh well, this means that, and that means this, and Your Honor, we have this position. And when you go in court, it's just like, wow. And the voice is like everything flows so smooth. So everything flows smoothly when I'm articulating my point. And I say, Your Honor, well, we have to discover these two things. And if we actually do this, do that, and I'm going over a whole everything. I'm going over everything. I'm going over the entire motion. And I'm telling her, like, this is the issue. This is the things that we discovered. This is the things I want to talk about. And it gets to the point where you got to find 12 jurors to convict them. Impossible. You have to find 12 people to convict them. Knowing I got the right to choose my jury, knowing I got the right to strike jurors, potential biased jurors, knowing I got the right to implement a Baxton challenge in case of any racial discrimination take place during that jury selection, knowing I have the right to really set myself in a position to represent myself effectively. How you gonna beat that? How you gonna beat that? And so yeah, when I go to court, I command the room every time, every single time. You have to be ready. You have to be ready, fam. And I tell people that. And I don't even want nobody to be sovereign until they get that out the way. And that's just my opinion. You still can learn it. You can even change your passport, but don't do nothing. Don't do nothing until you just get the feel of that courtroom. Get the feel of that courtroom. Please just get the feel of that courtroom. And now you talk to me. Oh shoot. But yeah, you know, um until you get the feel of that courtroom, you're not gonna understand how it is. And most people are intimidated. Most people are very intimidated when they go inside of that courtroom. Even sovereigns, they go inside. They don't know how to talk. And talking is the first thing you need to learn is how to articulate your words. Do you know that 90% of everything that happened in the courtroom is strictly communication? They're not even dealing with your case. The prosecutor don't even know the facts of your case. They don't even know the discovery of your case. They don't even know the ins and outs of your case. They don't even know some things that they have to discover later on in your case. Everything is just based upon communication. What are we doing now? We just doing a status update. What are we doing now? We just filing and seeking for discovery. Then when the people respond to a discovery, now we doing this. They didn't even touch your case yet. You have a guy representing you with a tight suit, with a glass, with some binoculars on, not even glass, binoculars on, and he telling you that you gotta stay in jail another 90 days until he figure out what he gonna do with you. They go look, they keep you in jail another 90 days so they can figure out what they gonna do with you. They don't know what to do with you. They best throw them in jail, and we gonna have a party. This how the attorneys be, right? So it was a brother, right? So I was waiting for me to be called because they called me, but they're like, we ain't ready. We're gonna let somebody else come. He came in the courtroom. He had an afro. He had glasses on, and he had his hand behind his back. He walked in from the inside of the cage. Well, I'm calling cages because sales is cages. And he looked at me. Right, I was at the attorney desk. You know what attorney sit on? I was at the attorney desk. Now imagine, I'm a two-time convicted felon. I'm a two-time convicted felon. So he looked at me. He looked back. Like, what the fuck? Is this nigga a witness or something like that? No, I'm an attorney. But you know, I got my soda in the courtroom. I got a soda, like the attorney said. And I had a coffee. I had a coffee and I had a soda. And I had all of my paperwork listed out. And he looked at me. I said, what's up? He like, what's up? And he looked at it like it was so strange because his attorney was representing him, and the judge like, yeah, he ain't said a word. His attorney said, yeah, we just come back another month or so. Judge said, okay, and they left, and I was like, damn, he a slave. Damn, he can't even speak. You gotta go in the courtroom. You got, yeah, Your Honor, my client, yeah, we can come back 90 days. We'll just wait. like nigga, I'm still in here. I'm still in jail. You finna go home and eat, and I'm finna be in jail. And you just spoke on you just skipped the court date, and you ain't got nothing done today. Yeah, we're gonna just do another status. Another 90 days go past, and then we gotta go through arraignment. Oh, you forgot about arraignment, huh? Oh, we go through arraignment, and then we go through discovery phase. Oh, yeah, we got partial discovery. We still waiting for the state to send over the body cam footage. That should take another 7 months. After the body cam footage, it was an additional body cam footage, another 7 months. And then when you're real tired, the state got off 3 years. Okay, I'll take it. Good slave. You know what I'm saying? A man who cannot speak is going to lose in that courtroom. I don't even understand. I don't understand how certain our community can be so violent amongst each other. But we get in that courtroom is like we scared. What was all the hostility in the world? Why do people is in an uproar and they yell and they talk bad about people? But when they get in that courtroom, they good servants in their courtroom. They scared to speak. They don't even understand what's going on. They don't even have a clue. They see the prosecutor and they see the judge and they it's a regular day to me. I promise you, it's a regular day. It's a regular day. I literally drink coffee in the courtroom, laugh with the judge. I promise you. If y'all receive any of my court recordings, you will see me in the courtroom drinking coffee. And one time, I was in the courtroom arguing with the prosecutor, and I told the judge my throat is dry. Let me go downstairs and go get a Pepsi. I went downstairs to get a Pepsi. He had to go to the prosecutor office to give me a water. So I had a water and a Pepsi while I was arguing. You get what I'm saying? I know he was blue. They never offer an inmate a Pepsi. They never offer an inmate a water. So when I say I do this stuff for real, I do this on camera and off camera, and I really represent myself to the fullest extent of the law because I try to tell you guys you have to be free on every level. You got to be free financially, and you got to be free in that courtroom. Don't be in that courtroom like a subservient slave, letting that man speak for you while you incarcerated, while you going through trial and error, while you going through the judicial system. Because as I'm representing myself, I told myself one thing and one thing only. It's not about who's innocent or who's guilty. It's about can we get you? That's it. Can we get you? And also, even if we can't get you, we're going to keep you incarcerated. We're going to oversaturate the case with so many delays where it force you to cop out. So we're going to go through the bond hearing. We're going to request to ask the judge to keep you within detention. After your arraignment, we're going to ask for a 2 month or a month span for the discovery. When the discovery comes, we're going to delay the discovery on purpose, and we're going to give you partial of the discovery, and we're going to ask for a later court date to extend that discovery, and we're going to give you the other part of the discovery. And then when you feel like you have your discovery, we're going to put in a motion that is potential other discovery, and we're going to prolong the case a little bit longer. And not only that, after you receive all of the discovery, we're going to go to the phase where we're not ready for trial. We're going to push it back another 2-3 months, and then we're going to push it back a little bit more, and then we're going to push it back a little bit more. And your attorneys ain't doing nothing. They not doing nothing. They can't talk. They can't do anything. I'm gonna tell you why. Your attorney is so booked up with other clients that they can't solely think about you. So it's a bad thing. It's a bad thing because they can't only focus on you. You ain't P Diddy. You don't got P Diddy money, or your attorneys can put you in court every week. You don't have uh these rappers money. You don't have millions and millions of. You don't have the $1 billion attorney. You have a regular attorney that you probably pay $5,000 to, or you might have a public defender. They have over 100 to 200 cases. They don't even know your name. They got to look in the book to say, oh, his name is Charles Winslow. And when he gets to your case, yeah, man, would you take 3 years? 3 years. Yeah, the state, they not budging. He ain't even argue with the state. He just asked the state what he take. And the state just gave him a offer based upon the way they was thinking. He was like, yeah, you know what, we'll give him 3 years. After look, if you put this coin inside the cup and the coin float to the top, we offer him two. And let's just say if it floats to the top, they offer him two. You know what I'm saying? So listen, you gotta understand how to play these people, man. Skokie, yes, I'm in Skokie courthouse too. Let me ping you. Let me ping you, fam. I can't even ping you. Can I ping you? Replace pin. Yep. I'm in Skokie courthouse too. You gotta learn how to represent yourself effectively. You gotta stand on your square. You can't be scared when you go inside these courtrooms. You gotta be solid. It's really like that, man. An effing game. Yes, it's a game. You better know how to play it. You better know how to play the game. You better know how to play the game. You better know how to play that game. If you don't know how to play the game, man, I feel so bad for you. You're gonna have it very hard, and I feel so bad because a lot of people don't go home. And remember, this ain't about who's guilty or not guilty. It's about can we keep you. And remind you, the state has a burden of proof beyond reasonable doubt. But most defendants are not held because the state can meet that burden. They only held because of the minimum burden based upon can we charge you or not. And based off of can we charge you, we're going to hold you as long as we can by prolonging the proceeds. Well, I mean, the proceed, like how long you go to court. So the county make $360 each day off each defendant. So the prosecutors want the defendants to be held as long as they can. So if I can hold you for 700 days, that's perfect. 200,000. That's 2 years almost. 2 years, and then you got a couple weeks, and yeah, so that's 2 years. So if I can hold you 2 years while we think about what we gonna do, that works for the state. And then if you take a little time, another year, that's 3 years. So we held you 1,000 days while we decide. It don't take 1,000 days to decide nothing. I'm just wasting time. I'm just wasting your time. The government paying us, and your paperwork is far in the back of our files. We ain't even looked at the damn paperwork. We don't even know what's going on in your case. We don't even know your name. We don't even know that you in jail. You just a lost cause. And when you go inside the courtroom, they don't even look at you in the eyes. The prosecutor don't even look at you. The lawyer don't even look at you. They open up a file and say, "Oh, here go your file right here." Oh, you didn't know I exist? Because look, this is the thing when we go to jail. We think people care. We think this is serious. Like I'm in jail. I'm taken away from the world. I'm taken away from my family, my friends. I'm missing work. What's going on? We in a panic. They like, who the fuck is he? He ain't nothing. You a lost cause in the system. You just exist. Who the hell is this guy? Listen, listen, sir. Listen, nobody. I just found you in this book, and they said you had court today. What's your name? What's your occupation? And walking off. That's what happened to me when I first went to jail. When I first called my case, it was an East Indian guy. He walked past. He said, "Taquan Williams," and I said, "Hey." He said, "What's your name? Occupation? Age? Where do you live?" "Okay, that's it." I said, "That's it." "Yeah, that's it." I said, "Oh no, I'm gonna be in jail. I'm gonna be in jail." So I ended up representing myself, not that day, but when I came back, I represented myself because I filed a motion. I'm like, look, I gotta get this motherfucker off my case. This nigga not no help at all. So I filed up the motion to come to court. I went to court. This is like after the bond hearing, right? I was on house arrest. They put me on house arrest. I got off house arrest fast because I filed a motion for a bond request to remove all conditions. So I seen the East Indian guy. Me and him came to court. He said, "Hey, how you doing?" He said, "Why are we here?" I said, "Your ass finna get off my case. You're not representing me." He said, "Absolutely not, bro. Listen, you barely speak English. You don't know what the hell you're doing. You gonna get me fucked up? Absolutely not. Hey, bro, you got to get off this case. You're not getting on this case with me. I do not work. Absolutely, no. We're not doing this. Please, like, I have no, I have nothing against East Indian attorney. He don't even speak English. He's not even serious about like like this job. He is careless. He just walked past 50 defendants and said the same thing. So everything's supposed to be on a case by case basis. It don't feel unique. It don't feel special. It just feel like another number. Like you ever been to a chicken farm? You see how many chickens in the chicken farm? We don't even keep track of the chickens. That's how it is in jail. You see all the chickens, you start throwing shit, and that'll be the food, right? You don't know who ate or who didn't eat, but you just know you just had to do that, right? To keep whatever alive, right? Even if one chicken is so hungry they weak, the other chicken ate him so he can be full, right? That's how it is in jail. And so when I see that process of so many men going through them going through them doors, right, back and forth. And county jails fill black men because Cook County is 25 to 30% black, right? Cook County is full of black men. Now you start seeing a lot of different races like whites when you go into like Will County, you go to and stuff like that, like Kankakee, you gotta go far out. But Cook County is like 80% black, not like 70% black, 20 25% Latino, you got 5% white, right? That'd be the perfect numbers. 70% black or 65 to 70%. Really, I ain't gonna lie, no, 75% black. You got like 20% Latino and 5% whites. Now remind you, uh 26 in California is in a Latino neighborhood. It's in the Mexican community. It's not Pilsen. What's the name of that area? I forgot the name of the area. So it's a lot of us in the, and they put us in the bullpens, and you pretty much gonna be in the bullpens until they call your number. You go inside the courtroom, and they run it like clockwork. They don't even look at you. What's his name? Yeah, his name is Jonathan Matthews. He charged with aggravated robbery, fleeing and eluding. Um, okay, the judge said, okay, criminal history. Criminal history is blah 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 blah. Okay, $100,000 bond. Have a great day. Okay, Jonathan, and it just continue the process. The lawyer might speak some. Sometimes they might care. Yeah, our attorney, they say the same verbiage. Yeah, he has a family and kids and a wife, and he's doing things. He tried to get a job at Chuck E. Cheese and like stuff like that. So bond denied. Enjoy the county sandwiches. And they send you to jail. And so I'm very strict when it like I try to tell you guys, when it come to representing yourself, you better be ready. If you're gonna be a man and you're gonna be standing on this, you gotta be ready. Yeah, Little Village. Yep, I'm glad you said that. Free Man Liberty. It's in Little Village. Yep, true. My little neighborhood. Yep. Yep, that's exactly what a Cook County jail is. It's on 26th in California. And when I say 26th in California is overcrowded, it is overcrowded. And remember, you are nothing but a number. You are nothing but a number. You are a slave. You are a slave. Better know how to represent yourself. That's why it's so important. So when I tell people how serious I take it very serious. Um, Here in Illinois, it is exactly how you describe it, and people still have the nerve to fight each other. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. You know exactly what's going on in Cook County. Yeah, Cook County Jail is a very large jail. It's a very large jail. Like it's so big, and it's sad because they process what 2-3 thousand defendants a day. Like I don't know about that. No, they process a whole lot a day. They release a lot, but they process a lot. And a lot of people um be in that county jail, and they be in there for a long time. Some people be in there for years for small cases, not even nothing major. But as long as they can get you, they got you. Who cares if you're guilty or not? We don't care if you're guilty. We don't care if you're not guilty. Matter of fact, we would have a whole compound and everybody be innocent. But if I can keep you here and your attorney not doing nothing, why not? I keep you there another 5 years, and then we just dismiss your case randomly because they done that. They do that all the time. You will be facing a murder case. They will wait 3 years, and they'll say, "Wow, we done an investigation. You're innocent. Have a great day." You just wasted 3 years of this man's life. They don't care. They don't give a damn. So that's what happened when you are not a free man. When you're not representing yourself, you will be in jail. And they do not care about who's innocent, who's guilty. Can we get you? Yes, that's all that matters. Can we get you? That's all that matters. We don't care about if you're innocent. We don't care about your children. We don't care about your life. You can die. But as long as we can get you, that's it. And that's why I tell people how serious this world is. They let people out 12 to 5 a.m. and there's no transportation, of course. Yep. Getting cooked in Cook County. Yes. My neighbor, I'm definitely going to get in contact with you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Y'all can contact me anytime for credit repair. I do everything, fam. I'm gonna stay on for like 5 more minutes, fam. Anybody got any questions? Any questions? Any questions, y'all? Look, before I get off, any questions, y'all? Any questions that people might have before I get off? I got some around. Okay. Any questions, y'all? Okay. Any questions, fam? Does the do not detain method still work? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Passport. I want to get it. You can get it. You can get my process. Um, how to correct your status. Are you going to save this live to your profile? Yes, I am. So it's going to be on there. So as soon as this live in, you can watch it anytime you want. Feel free. I know I hit different topics, but I never hit this topic before because I never even talk about the jail process because I know how serious it is, and people probably curious about it or not curious about it. But I'm just saying, jail is a part of freedom fighting, and it comes with it. So best time to hit you up. I'm free all day most of the time, but if I'm not free, if I don't answer, I'll just let you know when you can call back. Can I get the information to do my own credit? How much? Um, so hold on. Do you want to learn how to do? So if y'all want me to teach y'all how to do credit repair, I teach y'all for 250, and I'll do it for you for 250. It have to be either or because I can show you how to do it. It's easy. Now, how to attack it is gonna be the bread and butter because the doing it one time is one thing, but when you keep applying pressure to it, that's another. You get what I'm saying? So make sure you contact me at 224-463-1848. Again, it is 224-463-1848. Much appreciation. Have a decent rest of your night. You too, fam. You too. Um, again, it is 224-463-1848. It is 224-463-1848. You can text me, say credit repair, or say send me the list of credit repair, sovereignty, whatever you want to send me. I'm gonna send it right over. Also, I gotta tell you guys my number again because a couple of y'all asked for it. It is 224-463-1848. It is 224-463-1848. But yeah, family. I hope you guys ready. It's a lot of great things coming. For y'all who really want to step into the financial world, want to learn how to borrow more money and remember, it's so easy right now to buy real estate, y'all. They giving out real estate like cookies on, like cookie cake or something. It's so easy right now. The market is inflated. The market, look, they ain't doing no. Listen, they not doing no foreclosures on properties or nothing. Everything is inflated. Everything. Ain't nothing selling. I want them to list my house on foreclosure. I want to see that what it sell. I really want to see what it sell. I promise you, I want to see. I really want to see somebody buy it. I promise you, I would love if somebody buy it because I don't believe them. They got to show me. because this real estate market is trash right now. Like like it's trash. So when I be seeing, little stuff, I'm like, nah, this real estate market, you don't want to be in this real estate market. You would rather be in any real estate market but this one. It's the worst one you can be in. The 2008 crash, you would rather been in that real estate market than this real estate market. The dollar's too inflated. People talk about the money back then and now the interest rate was higher back then. Remember, I'd rather pay 12% interest on a $40,000 mortgage than to pay 7% interest on a $500,000 mortgage. And then remember, 400,000 of inflated dollars, 40,000 of non-inflated dollars, 40,000 of real money, and $400,000 of inflated money and inflated currency and inflated property taxes. Nah, you get what I'm saying? So absolutely not. Absolutely not. We live in a whole different game right now. It's so the real estate market is different. Everything is messed up right now, y'all. Everything is messed up. Thank you for my yes, sir. Amen. Amen. What's the best type of property to get when you start real estate? Duplex, triplex, regular. Sometimes single family is good too. It just depends on your style and what you want to do. All right, all right, fam. I'm going, fam. Anybody want to contact me at 224-463-1848? Again, it is 224-463-1848.